Welcome back to my channel, Old Quarter Dollar, USA, United States. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of top 3 wheat penny coins. These iconic American coins have an incredible history, unique designs, hidden treasures, and astonishing values. In this video, we'll explore some of the most valuable, expensive, and ultra-rare wheat pennies ever discovered, including coins with P, DS, and no mint mark varieties. Whether your coin is shiny, toned, or even dirty and worn, it could still be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars to collectors. If you're a coin collector, investor, or simply curious about rare U.S. coins, this video is for you. Before you spend that old wheat penny, watch until the end. You might be holding a small fortune in your hands. Now, let's begin with coin number 1. Today we're exploring one of the most talked about American coins among collectors, the 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary old copper cent. Millions of people have found one in jars, drawers, piggy banks, and inherited collections. Its worn surface, dark color, or dirty appearance might make it seem worthless, but the truth is far more interesting. While most 1940 wheat pennies are common, a few extraordinary examples with rare errors or exceptional condition have sold for surprisingly high prices. That's why collectors carefully inspect every detail before deciding its true value. This small coin has inspired countless treasure hunting stories and continues to capture the imagination of collectors around the world. The 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny was struck during a fascinating period in American history, just before the United States entered the Second World War. It features a famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the classic wheat ears on the reverse, a design that had already become one of the nation's most recognizable coins. If your coin has no mint mark beneath the date, it means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia struck hundreds of millions of these pennies in 1940, making them common in circulation. However, because many were heavily used for decades, finding one in beautiful, original condition is much harder today. Many people believe every old coin is worth a fortune, but that isn't how coin collecting works. Age alone does not create value. The biggest factors are rarity, condition, originality, and whether the coin has a genuine mint error. Most circulated 1940 no mint mark pennies are worth only a small premium over face value. Coins with sharp details, bright original color, or very little wear are much more desirable. Professional collectors pay the highest prices only for coins that are exceptionally preserved or possess a verified minting mistake. One of the most exciting parts of collecting is searching for mint errors. During the minting process, small mechanical mistakes sometimes occurred, creating unusual coins that stand out from normal examples. Collectors look for double letters, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or other authentic mint-made errors. These varieties are much scarcer than ordinary coins, and some could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and condition. That's why experienced collectors inspect every wheat penny under magnification before deciding its value. Another feature that dramatically changes value is the coin's color. Copper coins are often classified as brown, or red. A full original red 1940 wheat penny that has been carefully preserved for decades is much scarcer than a dark brown circulated example. Original mint luster, clean surfaces, and strong details can increase collector demand significantly. Even two coins from the same year can have completely different market values simply because one has survived in far better condition than the other. Many online stories claim that every 1940 wheat penny is worth millions of dollars or can make someone an overnight billionaire. These headlines are designed to attract attention, but they are not accurate. There is no verified evidence that an ordinary 1940 no mint mark wheat penny has sold for millions simply because of its date. Truly extraordinary prices are reserved for exceptionally rare coins, major mint errors, or pieces with remarkable certified condition. Knowing the difference between facts and internet myths is one of the most important skills for any collector. If you discover a 1940 wheat penny in your collection, never rush to clean or polish it. Cleaning can permanently damage the coin's original surface and often reduces its collector value. Even if the coin looks dirty or tarnished, many collectors prefer natural aging over artificial shine. Handle it carefully by the edges. Place it in a protective holder, and avoid harsh chemicals or abrasive cloths. Preserving originality is one of the smartest decisions any coin owner can make. The story behind the Lincoln Wheat Penny series is one of the reasons it remains so popular. Introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, it became the first regular United States circulating coin to feature the portrait of a real historical person. For nearly 50 years, the famous wheat ear design symbolized American history, determination, and everyday commerce. Millions of these pennies passed to the hands of workers, families, soldiers, and children, making each surviving coin a small piece of history that connects the past with the present. Collectors often spend years searching through bags of old pennies because valuable discoveries can still happen. While finding an extremely rare coin is uncommon, exciting varieties continue to appear in old collections, estate sales, and forgotten coin jars. Patience, knowledge, and careful examination are the true secrets of successful coin collecting. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes the most ordinary-looking penny becomes a highlight of collection because of a hidden detail that others overlooked. As we reach the end of today's journey, remember that the 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark is an important historical coin, but its value depends on its condition, originality, and any genuine mint errors, not on internet rumors. Before selling any unusual coin, have it examined by a knowledgeable coin dealer or professional grading service. You may own a common keepsake, or you may have a collectible treasure waiting to be identified. Either way, every wheat penny preserves a fascinating chapter of American history, reminding us that even the smallest coin can carry a remarkable story across generations. Coin number 2. Today we're uncovering the fascinating story of the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny, one of America's most recognizable copper coins. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 1-cent coin that has spent decades in pockets, cash registers, and old coin jars. Many people have passed this coin from hand to hand, without realizing that certain examples can be surprisingly valuable to collectors. If you've ever discovered a worn, dusty, or dirty wheat penny with the date 1950 and a small D mint mark beneath the ear, don't rush to spend it. This tiny coin carries decades of history, and the right combination of condition and rarity can make it a prize collectible. The D mint mark tells us this penny was produced at the Denver Mint in 1950. During that year, millions of Lincoln Wheat Pennies were struck to meet the growing demand for everyday commerce in post-war America. Although the total mintage was high, time has reduced the number of coins that remain in exceptional condition. Most examples circulated for years and became scratched, faded, or worn. Today, collectors pay the closest attention to coins that still display sharp details, original mint luster, and natural surfaces that have not been cleaned or altered. One of the biggest myths surrounding old wheat pennies is that every coin from the 1950s is automatically worth thousands or even millions of dollars. In reality, value depends on several important factors. A typical circulated 1950 wheat penny is usually affordable, but an uncirculated example with beautiful original color can command a much higher price. The most valuable pieces are those with outstanding preservation or genuine mint errors that make them different from ordinary coins produced that year. Collectors become especially excited when they discover unusual minting errors. During production, a die could shift slightly or a blank planchet might not be positioned correctly, creating distinctive coins that stand apart from normal issues. Doubled lettering, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or dramatic strike errors are all examples of varieties that attract serious attention. When such errors are authenticated, their value can increase significantly because they are much scarcer than standard 1950 wheat pennies. Copper color also plays an important role in determining value. Professional grading services often describe these pennies as brown, or red, depending on how much of the original mint color remains. A brilliant red coin that has been carefully preserved since leaving the mint is much more difficult to find than one that spent decades in circulation. Original color, strong eye appeal, and crisp details often separate ordinary examples from premium collector pieces. Another mistake many people make is cleaning old coins in hopes of increasing their value. Unfortunately, cleaning usually removes the original surface that collectors want to see. Even if a 1950 wheat penny appears dark, dirty, or stained, leaving it in its natural state is almost always a better choice. Experienced collectors appreciate originality, and harsh cleaning can permanently reduce both desirability and market value. The Lincoln Wheat Penny itself has a remarkable place in American history. Introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, it became the first regularly circulating United States coin to feature a real historical figure. The wheat ears on the reverse symbolized prosperity and hard work, while Lincoln's portrait represented leadership and national unity. By 1950, the wheat penny had already become one of the most familiar coins in American life, passing through countless hands during a period of economic growth and change. Many successful collectors began their journey by searching through jars of old pennies inherited from family members. Hidden among common coins, they occasionally discovered attractive uncirculated pieces or interesting mint errors that turned out to be worth far more than expected. Although these discoveries are uncommon, they remind collectors that patience and careful observation are often rewarded. Every wheat penny deserves a close inspection before being dismissed as ordinary pocket change. If you own a 1950 D wheat penny today, examine it carefully under good lighting. Look for sharp details, original surfaces, unusual strike characteristics, and any signs of genuine mint-made errors. If your coin appears especially well preserved or unusual, consider having it evaluated by a reputable coin dealer or professional grading service. An expert opinion can help determine whether your coin is simply a historical keepsake or a collectible with added value in today's market. As we come to the end of today's story, remember that the 1950 D Lincoln Wheat Penny is treasured not because every example is extremely valuable, but because it represents an important chapter in American coinage. Its historical significance, classic wheat ear design, and the possibility of finding exceptional condition or authentic mint errors continue to attract collectors around the world. Whether your coin is worth a few cents or much more, it carries a story that has survived for generations, making it a small but meaningful piece of American history. Coin number 3. Today we're diving into the incredible story of the 1953 S. Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin that has fascinated collectors for generations. At first glance, it may look like nothing more than an old copper cent with a worn surface, faded color, or even years of dirt and circulation. Many people have found these coins in forgotten jars, inherited collections, or loose change without realizing they were holding a genuine piece of American history. Although millions of these pennies were produced, some examples stand out because of their exceptional condition, beautiful original appearance, or unusual minting errors. That is why experienced collectors never ignore a 1953 S wheat penny before examining it closely. The small S mint mark below the date tells us this coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint, one of the most famous mints in the United States. During the early 1950s, America was experiencing rapid economic growth, and pennies played an important role in everyday life. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was already a familiar sight in stores, schools, restaurants, and businesses across the country. Every coin leaving the San Francisco Mint carried the same classic design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat ears surrounding the words 1 cent on the reverse. That timeless design has become one of the most beloved images in American coin collecting. Many people believe that every old wheat penny is automatically valuable simply because of its age. The truth is much more interesting. A coin's value depends on rarity, preservation, originality, and collector demand. Most circulated 1953 S wheat pennies are affordable collectibles, but coins that survive with almost no wear are much harder to find. A brilliant, well-preserved example can attract serious interest because so many coins from this era spent years in everyday circulation before reaching collectors. One of the most exciting parts of collecting the 1953 S wheat penny is the possibility of discovering a genuine mint error. During production, machinery occasionally produced coins with double letters, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or other unusual characteristics. These mint-made mistakes create unique coins that are far scarcer than ordinary examples. When authenticated by experts, such error coins often become highly desirable because no two collecting stories are exactly alike, and unusual varieties always capture attention within the hobby. Another feature that greatly affects value is the original color of the copper. Professional grading services classify these coins as brown, red-brown, or red. A full red 1953 wheat penny that has retained its original mint color for decades is much scarcer than a dark brown coin that circulated for many years. Original luster, clean surfaces, and sharp details make collectors willing to pay considerably more for outstanding examples, proving that preservation can be just as important as rarity. A mistake many new collectors make is trying to clean old pennies before selling them. Although a shiny coin may appear more attractive, cleaning usually damages the delicate original surface. Tiny scratches, polishing marks, or chemical cleaning can permanently reduce collector value. Even a dirty-looking 1953 wheat penny should be left exactly as it was found until an experienced collector or grading expert has examined it. In the world of numismatics, originality is often far more valuable than artificial brightness. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series itself represents one of the most important chapters in American coinage. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first circulating United States coin to feature a real historical figure. The wheat ears symbolized America's agricultural strength and hard-working spirit, while Lincoln's portrait reflected leadership, unity, and national pride. By the time the 1953 penny was produced, this classic design had already earned the admiration of collectors throughout the country. Stories of remarkable coin discoveries continue to inspire collectors around the world. Families have uncovered forgotten wheat pennies in old boxes, estate collections, piggy banks, and inherited albums that had not been opened for decades. While most discoveries turn out to be common examples, a small number reveal exceptional condition or fascinating mint errors that make them much more desirable. These exciting finds remind us that every old coin deserves careful examination before anyone decides its true significance. If you happen to own a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny, take time to inspect it carefully. Examine the date, mint mark, lettering, edges, and overall condition under bright lighting or magnification. Look for unusual doubling, striking errors, or exceptional preservation. If your coin appears especially sharp or different from ordinary examples, it may be worth showing it to a reputable coin dealer or submitting it to a professional grading service. Expert authentication is often the best way to understand a coin's true collector appeal. As we reach the end of today's journey, remember that the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny is treasured because of its history, classic design, and the possibility of finding outstanding examples or genuine mint errors. While ordinary coins are generally modestly priced, exceptional specimens can become prized additions to advanced collections. Every wheat penny has traveled through history, surviving decades of change before reaching today's collectors. Whether your coin is a family keepsake or a valuable collectible, it represents a lasting connection to America's past and continues to inspire the excitement of coin collecting for future generations.